All right, let's start off with some good news. It looks like there is a video out on YouTube by the LVP MSF beat Floor 50 without Mephisto and the Sword Satellite Marvel Strike Force. And the team comp looks to be like Old Man Logan with Spider Societies. My understanding is that they have a lot of diamonds on this team, and it's not for the faint of heart. Definitely watch the video. There is some RNG and some ways of approaching the node, specifically with Juggernaut and Panda Pool, to make sure that they don't wreck your day. But a big shout out to him. Be sure to like and subscribe. Now, the reason why I think this is important kind of ties into what happened on Friday with Temporal Dimension. And we're going to talk about that because I feel like this still has some unresolved issues, even though they backtracked on this. After reviewing the community's feedback regarding Temporal Dimension Illuminati missions, our team has decided to adjust the characters required and send the community resources to thank you for your patience. We'll make the adjustments. Specifically, we're doing the following. Illuminati nodes will now require only 3 Illuminati characters. Feel free to use more Illuminati characters if you have more unlocked. The gear requirements for each mission will remain the same. So the issue is that the first 4 nodes you can go into, and there's a total of 25 nodes, and you get to play it twice. But starting with node 5, it was going to require 5 members of the Illuminati. And, you know, how do you do that with Hank, right? It's just like, oh my God, right? You know, it sure unless you bought all the offers. So the point is that at least you'll be able to go into it. And the case that was being made is that the game has gone from pay to win, which the game has always been pay to win. The game has always been pay to win, to pay to play. Like, you can't even get into it. And so the reason why I'm okay with this, and we're going to talk about this for a little bit, is that at least with this option of 3 Illuminati characters, then we have these fringe outside ways of getting through it. Like, Floor 50 was specifically designed in Sword Satellite to only beat by Mephisto. And so this situation right here provided a secondary method. The community found out other people have used Vol instead of Old Man Logan. There's other teams that people keep hinting about that are also getting through this. But that's the point, is the access wasn't denied. It was just very hard to do without Mephisto. And it's like a more subtle gate. Okay, 50 is gated behind you owning Mephisto, as opposed to saying you can't go into node 50 if you don't have Mephisto. You are locked out. And so I do think that this is an improvement, but I have 2 issues with this, and I'm going to read Boylan's comment right here. It says, didn't take long for them to backpedal after almost every single creator video was negative and a handful of envoys walking out lately. That being said, I want to let people know before they celebrate, I've seen the JSON files for the nodes, and they look super oppressive for 5 characters when it's designed for 5, so don't celebrate yet. Enemies for the Illuminati section have gear tier 18, level 90 enemies, so please do keep this in mind in terms of expectation here, unless they make changes to the nodes next week. So we'll have to see. I believe this is coming out on Tuesday, and we'll have to see actually how it plays out. But for me, you know, having a situation like here on floor 50 where, yes, it was nearly impossible to get through this without Mephisto, but we weren't locked out. And I'm not really sure how this is going to play out on Tuesday. Is this 3 or 5 not going to matter? Is it going to be impossible without 5? Is it designed for 5? So we'll have to see. And that may be a problem. Now, I want to talk about something also that concerns me, because everybody told them this was garbage before it got released. I mean, I don't know what the player voice council, but I know the envoys in general told Scopely that this was a bad decision. And then just in a matter of hours, they backed out. And I want to talk about this situation that's been brought to my attention in the past. And I just want to say, by default, this is my general philosophy when it comes to Scopely. Never attribute to malice that which can be adequately explained by stupidity. I always get this thing that Scopely is playing 4D chess with the community, and the argument that's being made, and I'm starting to agree with it, is that Scopely does this stuff on purpose. And someone suggested to me the other day, and I really value their opinion, is that Scopely sees little to no value in the free-to-play players other than using them for something called outrage marketing, and intentionally piss them off or try to see what they can get away with, like publish information they know that is going to be controversial, just put it out there and then see what happens. Allow the outrage marketing from the free-to-play players to pop off because they don't care about them anyways. And then it pings the Reddit, pings all the sentiment indicators, their trackability on Google and all that stuff, and then back off of it because they backed off of this so quickly. And this feels like it's an actual strategy over there. Have two plans. One plan is really garbagey for the community and just hope that nobody cares or nobody minds and just see what they can get away with. And if people are pissed off, then good. Let them make a bunch of noise on Reddit and wherever, and then we'll back off and look like the good guys. Now, normally I wouldn't agree with this, but it feels like this has happened so many times. Maybe there is something to this idea. I'm not really sure. But I genuinely don't think that Scopely is playing 4D chess over there. I just don't. Let's keep going on. Our team is working diligently to release 8.2 to everyone. However, there's been a slight delay in the process. We'll have more information soon. But for now, 8.2 is on tentative hold. So right now, today I was able to pre-download the 8.2 patch on my iPhone, my tablet, and my computer, which is LD Player. And that allows for the loading screen to see Odin. So if you want to pre-download the patch now, you can. Typically, the way this works in the past is you can pre-download the patch on Monday, and then they flip a switch on Wednesday, because over Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, they get everybody the patch, but then they turn it on Wednesday. Something went wrong. People started pre-downloading the patch on Monday, and then on Friday, they published this saying there was a delay. And so I'm hoping that the patch will be pushed out tomorrow. Now, why is this important? It's because the patch notes show the changes for the patch, which is Apocalypse Saga. To ensure players enjoy the challenge of recruiting Apocalypse, we're updating the Apocalypse Saga trait requirements. So a lot of people have asked me today was, when is the updates to unlocking Apocalypse going to be pushed through? I don't have an official word other than what they published here on Friday, but my hope is that they do it sometime tomorrow. The other thing that is going to change with 8.2, and this was just a little blurb in Friday's blog, arena update. Starting after the version 8.2 release goes live, players will be able to compete all 5 arena attacks at once without waiting the 15-minute cooldown. If you want extra arena attacks, you'll still have an option to use power cores to do so. I'd like to see how this plays out. I'm skeptical that this is a good thing, but I want to try it before I make a big judgment on whether this is a good or a bad thing. I want to try it, see how it goes. Why did Cosmic Crucible start today if a CC event starts tomorrow? Yeah, Cosmic Crucible started today and now is on Sunday. And the speculation from the community is that they bumped Cosmic Crucible forward a day to Sunday to have more engagement on the weekends, or maybe this has something to do with Battle World, which is going to be later in the week. 1000% speculation, but I wasn't under the impression that Battle World was coming anytime soon. Other thing that's worth mentioning in this is that Illuminati, so let's say Iron Man Illuminati, needs to be used at least once on offense. So like today I put Illuminati on defense, and then tomorrow I'll probably put Illuminati on offense to fulfill an event. This game is dying. How did 4 Envoys quit on the same day? It's crazy that someone as dedicated as Tana has quit. Other YouTubers as well, also gone. 3088, Purple Sticky, and Run 7. Just Scopely realize the guy's leaving is going to start a bandwagon and quitting. These guys are literally paid to talk about your game. Well, they're not paid. Well, I guess by the definition, yeah, we get ad revenue from YouTube and we get donations from people on Twitch, but it's not like Scopely pays it. We don't pay anything. Literally paid to talk about your gun, or upset at the business model. They can't even pretend to care anymore. Even someone like Valley Fly is broken. What can they do to fix this? I don't know. A couple of these people have quit before, but you know, definitely for me, Purple Sticky and Purple Sticky's video on quitting. He said a lot of things in the video that really resonated with me. Specifically, him talking about how much he used to love all the scourges, going back to Morgan Le Fay and the Old Man Logan and the locking out and the gating behind stars and basically blocking him from having any kind of competitive experience was the beginning of the end for him. And that's largely what the issue was with the Temporal Dimension and locking everybody out with 5 members. So that was a big deal. And I know Run 7 felt the same way, but all 4 of them leaving is terrible. And then lastly, I want to leave you with this. How is Odin only a legendary? I don't know. Odin feels more like a character on the power level of Professor X, Mephisto. He could have easily carried the entire saga. Weird decision to now group him up with the likes of Old Man Logan and Magneto. Interesting. All right, let me know what you think in the comment section. As always, thanks for watching. Keep on gaming. Bye for now.